But with us providing a wedding for you guys, we will do the basic, do the Navajo basket with the corn mush. We will provide, there will be a wedding vase involved. Those are the main things that is provided when it comes to doing a wedding for you guys out there. If you like to do the wedding with us, like you said, we have the vase, we have the corn mush, and the wedding baskets, and we will work with you in anything that you would like, your own vows, your personal vows. But this is the most important thing, is the hand washing and the corn mush, eating the corn mush. That's the main part of the traditional Navajo wedding that we do that as of today, instead of, because the real wedding's a lot.
Yeah.
The real traditional wedding.
So most of our couples are just for a short trip and get married, like we want to incorporate some special elements, so that's what it's about, I guess.
In the ceremony, when we do a wedding ceremony, there's going to be a bundle of sage, and so the sage, it comes from the Mother Earth, and when we collecting the sage, we offer to the Mother Earth to collect it, and then so that way we smudged or we bless the new people that get married, and where we bless them to get all the past, the negative stuff off with the smoke from the sage. And then also what we do, and then when we start with a new vow, we bless it with a new beginning, fresh beginning, happy beginning. That's what the sage is for. And so that's what we do with the sage. And at that time when we do the blessing, a lot of time what I do to the couples is I will speak in my own language, and I will do the blessing in my Navajo language, so that's the way I'm more comfortable talking to the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share you how this vase is made. This vase come from the Mother Earth. It's a clay. It's a clay. Just like when they're making the pottery, what's it called, ceramic? That's why it's made. And then once they put all the clay, and then they build a fire, and they kindle, they put it underneath the fire. That's why you see these natural burns here. And then they cook it. And then once they finish cooking it, and then they take it out, and then what they do is they glaze it. It's glazed with the pine gum. That's why they pour the pine gum on the outside, and then also in the inside. So, and then you let it dry out for maybe a week, and then after a week, there'll be a waterproof vase, and that's what we use. So one side we do for the male, and one side we do for the female. So when we pour this on their hand, we cleanse them. All the things that they went through with the bad things, you're always going to be washed off, and they're going to start a new marriage. That's what it is. That's what that vase for.
This is actually my daughter's wedding vase. That's why, to show you guys. So since my father had cleansed her, both of them, this is his gift. They're two, because they bought the vase, and this was given to him, so he keeps this. So he cherishes this at all times. That's what he does. So this is the actual vase that my daughter actually got married in. And Larry will explain the Navajo basket, what it represents here.
Okay.
The Navajo wedding basket is used inside the ceremony, and you can see there's red design, and there's a darker design, and then there's a white on the outside. If you look on the back side, it's kind of back to back. and the plant that we use is sumac. That's what we use. And the weaving that they use for the weaving is right in the middle of the sumac. That's what they use. And once they start weaving, inside the white one is the entire one whole sumac stem is in here. And then also they use the dye to make this black, or they dye into red. So when these Navajo weavers, when they doing this, they have stories to it, and there's a lot of meanings to it. And we always, to me, when I look at this and the teaching from our elderlies, they point out that the center is a fireplace, like in the hogan. And then here, there's a 5 space, a white point there that represents a human being, 5-finger human being. And then also the red one represents the rainbow, all different type of moisture that comes down, the rain that comes down. And then on the outside, it represents all the sacred mountains that surround the Navajo reservation. The white one here, it represents the universe. There's always an opening. There's always a doorway. Just like your home, just like the hokan is always open. So you always have open mind. You always have a door open for you to continue on with your journey, with your marriage, with your loved ones. That's what represents a Navajo wedding basket. Here we are right in the middle of the heart of Navajo land. And on the Navajo reservation, we call it the Nebikeya. That's what we call it. On the Nebikeya, there's east, there's south, west, and north. And when you get up early in the morning to the east, there's a sacred mountain. And then if you go to the south, there's another sacred mountain. And then to the west, and then to the north. There's 4 sacred mountains, the main one. So when we do the ceremony, we offer them, we remember them, and the blessing. So when they do their wedding, when they're doing their traveling, when they're out there, it protects them. And then like we said, there's several more. So there's 2 more to the between the east and the south. There's 2 more that represents also the doorway. in all these sacred mountains that's all surrounding us, there's colors to it. There's colors to it. And like here to the east, the color is white. Because when you see the first day, the new morning, and then to the south, and then also to the west, and then to the north. They all have colors, and that's where it represents the turquoise, the shell, the black stones, the yellow stones. That all represents those direction. So we will be mentioning those inside the ceremony, and that's how we do it.
When the bride comes in, with, like I said, with the mush, she has a blanket which covers her face, everything. So it represents that she's not supposed, the sunlight's not supposed to hit her at all. It's like it represents for her to keep her beauty. That's what it represents. That's the reason why the bride comes in. Once she sits down and she's able to take off the blanket. So it represents the beauty from getting the age spots, the wrinkles. So that's why we have the bride come in with the blanket cover. So then once the groom is here, then once they do the hand washing, the mush eating and everything, and then they'll put, it's up to them, but if they're going to put the blanket around both of them, but that's how that works. But it's just mainly on the bride's side.
Okay.
The groom, the men, once they ride their horse, when they're going to have a blanket on the horse, they take the blanket off the saddle and they put the blanket on them on the side. They don't cover them, they just kind of have them on the side. And there's also that blanket, it represents it's like a shield. You know how the knights that have those metal plates? That's what it represents. So they have protection from all the bad stuff, the evil and the witchcraft. So that's how they come into the hookah, come into the ground where they're gonna do the ceremony.
A real traditional wedding that we've actually
You had
that
one?
we've actually done is back in November of 2019. Our daughter actually had the Navajo traditional wedding where the groom did come on the horse. She had her favorite uncle brought in the saddle. The family followed. So then her grandpa, my dad, he actually performed the ceremony. He did the hand washing for them. My mom did the mush. Their baskets. So sizes of baskets vary. So it varies. So some could be really big with a lot of mush because it all depends on the groom, how much the groom's family comes. And then but it takes a family effort to do a big traditional wedding. That's what it does. I actually had to go on my dad's side of the family and ask them, can you help provide the cooking for the family? Then my mom's side of the family, I asked them for the wedding gifts, the gifts. So in the gift, what we provide to the groom's family would actually be the traditional food, mutton, tortillas, fried bread. They actually would have like a Navajo cake in there. We actually have like a small little cake that looks like it's blue, the blue corn, but it's made like a tamale. So we actually provide that to the groom's side of the family. And then plus extras, whatever, coffee, flour, sugar, baking powder that would be used when they take home to make
their own food back to them. And so it's just not one little thing, but it's everybody has to get involved. But since time has changed from the older days, back when before the what now is, the older days, couples didn't know each other. The man and the groom did not know each other. That's what they call arranged marriage. They would do that back in the old days. So they would make the arranged, the groom's family would come to another family and say, hey, you have daughters. I would like my son to marry your daughter. We would give you, they would tell them we would give you like livestock. We would give you the turquoise, like a belt, like some jewelries. Back then they would do that.
So you like an engagement gift, right?
Yeah, it's like it's more like it's an offering.
Yeah.
It's an offering for the family so that the daughter can come and be with their son. That's what that is. So with my daughter, the family the groom's family had asked me, well, what would you like? What would you like for, it's like a payment, but I don't see it as a payment. I don't see it. I was taught, you never ask, tell them what you want. So when my daughter and my son-in-law, when they started dating, she had to prove that she was going to be a good daughter-in-law to the groom's family. So we had to teach her where she could cook, where she could clean, where she could actually butcher a sheep, make the bread, everything that she would provide for the groom's side of the family, the in-laws. She proven that to them. It's more like we prepared her for it. We prepared her for it and everything. But I just told them, okay, you seen what she can do. She showed you what we had taught her. It's up to you to decide what you would like, what you want to give me as a gift. That's what So we received 2 cows, and with the price of beef now these days, we actually got 2 cows. We actually got a silver concha belt, some jewelries, and plus a Pendleton blanket. So that was given to me as a gift, and because they were really impressed with our daughters and what we had taught her, what she could do. So as of today, they are still married. So which is good, because the reason why she had chosen her grandfather to do the ceremony, because my parents actually had been married for 57 years. So that's why she had chosen her grandpa, what we call her Che, to do the ceremony, to get them together. Then from there, we did today's society. We actually had the whole wedding reception. She had her guests, so we moved outside to a tent. So that's what, and then we also had the justice of the peace, gave them their marriage license and everything. So that's how that all comes together. So that's how it all works. Okay.
That's very interesting. Thank you.
So now out there, on the Navajo reservation, Clinton card. When we do the Navajo traditional wedding, we call it Clinton card, and that means the groom side, they're gonna bring all the horses to the bride's family. What they do is, on the bride family, they build a corral. The groom family, they put all those horses in the corral. That's what it means. So once they finish all the agreement in the wedding, all the bride's family, they go to the corral, and what their interest in the horses or the cows, they take that with them
Okay.
because they've been helping the bride's parents preparing doing all the preparation.
Yeah.
In the Navajo wedding, when this uncle brings in the saddle into the wedding, into the hogan, into the tipi, and then the groom comes in and sitting right next to the saddle. Down the road, if the in-law disagree with their son-in-law, what they do is they get the saddle, they take the saddle and they put it outside.
It's more like it's a divorce there.
Okay.
That's where that symbol of the saddle.
That's what it represents, yes.
The couple would get married, and for a reason, if the wife were to pass away, the sister would step in to be the new wife.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that was
marriage. Okay.
that's how it was back in the old days. So, because he actually has an uncle that was like that.
And it doesn't matter how old you
Yeah.
are.
What
That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has an uncle that he had his first wife, and she had passed away, and so the sister stepped in, and he married her again. So that's how it works. From the first, he's got the kids. He's from his first wife. Then he's got the second wife with the kids, but they're all brothers and sisters because they're all in the same bloodline there.